I know LeBron has to do what LeBron does, but if the Lakers are going to have a chance in this series, in which they are an underdog, not as big of as an underdog as you might have thought, but if they're going to have a chance, Anthony Davis is going to have to do some things.
Yeah.
I mean, not just do some things. He's going to have to strap the team on his back and help LeBron and not be just Robin. I think he's going to have to be Batman to a certain extent if the Lakers are going to get by Golden State here, because he's the one thing that they can't contain in the paint. When he was with the Pelicans, we saw him do damage to Golden State at times. When he's on and he's healthy, which he is right now to the best of my knowledge, he is as unstoppable a force as I think there is among people that play that position. Mm-hmm. So if you don't have AD, prime AD, give me Golden State the whole way. What say you, TJ?
I agree with everything you said there. Anthony Davis really is, he's the key, because you know what you're going to get out of LeBron, right? AD he's looked like that guy that everybody thought he was going to be when he came out of Kentucky. And then he's looked like, you know, I hate it when fans call these guys soft, Chris, you know that. But a lot of times that's the knock that he gets. He's in street clothes. They want to call him soft, and he gets injured. But I'm telling you what, when that man is on his game, I don't know what you do to stop him. And Looney is going to be in for a long series. Looney and Draymond Green, they're going to have to ball out, especially if AD is healthy. You know what I mean, Chris?
Yeah, for the Lakers to win too, guys, it's not just going to have to be LeBron and AD. We're going to need 20-point nights from Austin Reeves, and we're going to need a Rui. We're going to need Rui 20 and 10 games. We're going to need Jared Vanderbilt to absolutely shut down Klay Thompson. We're going to need D'Angelo Russell the other night, the overtime win. D. Russ was hitting those threes that got him back in it. We're going to need two of those games. We're going to need a weird Malik Beasley game. We're going to need Schroeder to play smart. It's going to take a total team effort because they're just not as good as Golden State is. And so it's going to take kind of a Herculean effort. Yeah, we know LeBron's going to do it. He's averaging, like we said, 38 and 6 this year. We're going to need that every night. We're going to need 35 a night from LeBron. We're going to need 30 a night from AD. And then we're going to need the other guys to chip in. You know, they're going to have to get 50 points. And suddenly that's 125, and that's what it's going to take to beat this Warrior team.
Well, we're not going to get 35 a night out of LeBron. That's just...
Why?
I don't think that's...
Why not?
I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think it's 35 a night for him at 38.
Then they're not going to win the series.
We'll see. I don't think he needs to score 35 a night. Yeah, but I do believe the bench players, like you mentioned, they got to show him.
AD and LeBron got to go for 60 to 65 points.
I think with LeBron, I don't know that you necessarily need 30 a night, but I think you need a triple-double type line every night. Like, that's what LeBron gives you, right? Like, I think you need, 12, 13 rebounds. You need 9, 10 assists. Yeah. And, you need 20-plus points, obviously. Yeah. But, I'm just looking at, against Memphis, which was a very different series. He goes for 21, 28, 25, 22, 15, and 22. But this is such a different team than Memphis. And by the way, has a team ever gone from as likable to as hated in a 2-month span as the Memphis Grizzlies? Like, how?
By the way, they were ever likable, Dan. I feel they took that villain. Really? They took that villain hat last year, and I think that from what I read and saw, I think that's what they wanted.
Let me rephrase that. Has a team ever gone from as fun to watch,
underdog, Rudy,
to as hated as the Memphis Grizzlies in one fell swoop?
Yeah.
Thank you, Dylan Brooks.
Yeah. And then you saw Sham's tweet a few minutes ago, right?
Yeah.
Hoskins just putting it up if you want to let the people at home know what that says.
The Grizzlies have informed pending unrestricted free agent Dylan Brooks that he will not be brought back under any circumstances, sources tell Shams Charania. Brooks was told about the Grizzlies' decision to move on in exit meetings with team officials in recent days, sources said.
I think circumstances.
I think everybody in Memphis is probably glad for that. My couple of my best friends from college, huge Memphis Grizzlies fans.
Yeah.
I went to Tennessee. They grew up in Memphis, moved back to Memphis after school, and go to every game. And that, the city has embraced that team, and grind city mentality, underdog mentality, and then the stuff happens with Ja and then Dylan. They have so many nice pieces on that team. I don't know that Dylan Brooks is going to be missed at this point.
I know he was, longest tenured player on the team, kind of the heart and soul. And Brockman and I were talking about this during the break. And why don't you tell him, Chris, you and I kind of shared the same thought on what the future might lie for.
He's going to be on
Brooks.
the Lakers next year. I mean, come on. This is the type of player LeBron actually likes. He likes guys who are willing to get under people's skins. Remember, Lance Stevenson had that famous gif of him
blowing in LeBron's ear.
And then he signed off on playing with Lance Stevenson. He joined the Lakers. Mm-hmm. So this is the type of guy that, as long as you can make shots, LeBron likes playing with these types of guys. Wouldn't shock me in the least to see him on the Lakers.
So you're a GIF guy, not a GIF guy.
GIF guy, not GIF. I say GIF. I think it's GIF like the peanut butter.
I think it's both. I think I've been around.
I say GIF. I mean, it's G.
You say GIF?
I just said it's G. It's G.
It is a G, but it's GIF and GIF. I've heard both.
I've
heard both. I'll stop. We're showing our age right now.
Hey, Dan, did you park in the garage when you got here today? Is that where you parked?
Touche. Good old shh. Well, I'm certainly looking forward to that game. I want a good series with Golden State and the Lakers. And, being here in Los Angeles, I mean, you guys lived it this season. The Lakers were terrible. The fact that they're even in this position, they've made some nice moves.
They retooled that entire roster, and you didn't think that anything was going to come of it, Chris. And then they were the top-ranked defensive team once they made that trade. Things just flipped. It was amazing how they were able to get in there and kind of just rework that whole system.
And they withstood LeBron missing a significant amount of time again. Mm-hmm. And I was just looking it up. I wanted to see what he did against Golden State this year. They played opening night, and he had 31, 15, and 8. And then he played sparing minutes in one other game, and he was inactive for the other two. So, they haven't seen LeBron since the beginning of the season. So it's going to be interesting to see how they defend him. I think you're right, TJ. Looney is in for a long series. Mm-hmm. Can he get 20?
But he's been balling. So.
Well, let me say this about Looney.
He's been playing good D.
Yeah. He had 3 20 or more rebound games
that's crazy.
Against Sacramento. Looney, you could make the argument that Kevon Looney was the second best player in that series for Golden State. He was unbelievable. Yeah, his rebounding numbers were off the chart.
Yeah.
So
they're going to need it. They're going to need it. It's going to take a full team effort from both sides. Whoever wins this series will have 100% earned it, and it might just become because they move on because the other team got worn down. Do the Lakers, they looked really tired at the end of that Grizzlies series, which makes the 40-point win to close it out even that much more impressive in my mind.
Well, I had written down here, is it more important for Jordan Poole or for Klay Thompson to play well for the Warriors? And I think you need them both to play well for,
need them
for
both,
the Warriors.
But you need Poole to be the guy that earned that $120 million contract last year. We need to see that guy if you're Golden State because he's been such a disappointment so far. They were able to get by without him really playing at a high level. So you need him to be 20 a night. They're going to need that from him.
Also, I think Klay, Klay, I think the most points he had against the Kings were 26. I think you're going to have some of those Klay Thompson, like, legendary games where my man's hitting for, 35, hitting 10 threes. I think
clutch moment.
That's
Klay's a clutch guy.
Clutch Klay, yeah. And I think we didn't really see that last series. That's going to be necessary to get them to the next level.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.